We are live. Welcome back. TV Sports 27 on the air. And we have the College Football Playoff National Championship game coming your way. Utah, Texas going toe-to-toe for the second time in 3 games. They met in the Big 12 Championship. They're meeting again right now for the College Football Playoff National Championship. And we're going to go on Twitter right now. If you guys have been following, we always encourage the people right off the top. We always encourage the people. Follow us on Twitter. Go ahead and check us out on Patreon. On Twitter, you would have known that we were getting ready to go live at 1 p.m. We had tweeted that out earlier in the day. And we're going to send the tweet out right now. When this is all said and done, this is the final game of the regular season, the national championship. This is actually our first championship game that we have streamed since we moved over to Twitch a little less than a year ago. We haven't made any playoffs with our NFL game. We haven't gotten there with MLB. Not even with Tom Brady. We had no playoff runs. This is our first taste of postseason championship action, and you're getting to see it right here today. So we just sent out the tweet. It is out, so the people will be joining us shortly as we are live for the national championship of college football, Utah and Texas. And for the first time, we are going to be going into a game with a little bit of damage done to the armor, a perfect 14-0. But Bill Bradford injured in the semifinal game against the Pac-16's Fresno State. We got a new follower already. We got Soft Tact, who has joined us. So thank you so much, Soft Tact, for following along. That is our 67th follower. So there you go. We're on the road to 100 before we know it. But yes, Bill Bradford, our leading rusher, he is out. So that means it's going to be all up to Aaron Price. There you see Bradford's numbers. 1,500 yards on the year, 31 touchdowns. I dare say a quiet 1,500 yards. I'm actually even kind of surprised myself to see 1,500 yards there because he never had the big, flashy runs. He just kind of grounded. I mean, it was a guy that would carry the ball 20, 25 yards, 20, 25 times a game. And that's how he eventually totaled and amassed 1,500. And we got Andrew Cross, who was the highest ranked recruit at quarterback in Utah college history. We threw him in there as a true freshman. He had his ups and downs. We often criticize sometimes his underthrows. Sometimes he makes some bad plays. It's going to be all up to the true sophomore, as he is now a sophomore in his second year. He started every game for us since his freshman year. We're going to have to rely on him a whole lot. With Bill Bradford being out, there's going to be no reliance on the running game, as we often give 25 to 30 plays a game to a rushing attack. That might not be possible today. It's going to have to be Andrew Cross that's really going to have to step up to take this national championship. It would be our 4th national championship in our 17th season. I think we should just go ahead and get underway. What do you guys think? Let's do this thing. I don't know where the game is taking place, but we'll find out when we get into it. We're going to go with our classic look, the white and the black. No, not those pants. There we go. Yes, that's the look, the white and the black. Texas can wear their normal all white. And here we go again, just like in the Big 12 championship, evenly matched here. 95 overall for the both of us. Can Texas bounce back from their only loss of the season? Or will our Utah Utes go 15-0 for the first time in our team history and complete our 4th season for a national championship? Let's do it. The season 19 finale coming your way right now. And I want to let the people know that we're planning also, because it's my day off today, day off from work. We are planning on streaming later today Pokemon Arceus Legends as well. We streamed it when it first came out, and we've been doing a little bit of playing off camera, but later tonight, maybe around 7, 8 o'clock, we're going to be back, and we're going to try to stream some Pokemon for you guys, so be sure to tune into that. As you're looking at it, as we always point out, top defense in the nation, that belongs to the Utah Utes. But Texas has a strong offense as well as far as yards and points, and they got a good defense of their own, ranked 3rd, 4th, 2nd. Nothing to sneeze about. We'll check out the injury report, and yeah, Bill Bradford, he's out for the national championship game. So let's go. Where are we? Let's see. What venue are we in? Can't tell yet. Is that the Sugar Bowl venue? Or are we in... No, we actually are in Lucas Oil Stadium. I picked Lucas Oil as the stadium on the mod, not knowing if it would work, because last time when I picked, maybe because Las Vegas is in the game, I guess Lucas Oil is in the game, but when I picked Las Vegas for the first national championship, it didn't put the game in Las Vegas. It put the game, I think it put the game in like Pasadena or something like that. So we actually are in Indianapolis, so there you go. So Indianapolis, Tampa, and then this season, or actually it was Las Vegas the first year, and then we did Tampa for season 2, did Indy here. Well, had I known that worked, I probably would have done Dallas or something like that. I was looking at Dallas, which would have been a really fun rematch if we had gone right back to AT&T Stadium to play the rematch after we had just done that 2 weeks ago. I almost did Dallas, but I just picked a random stadium to see if it actually worked. Well, there you go. So we can decide, we can pick where the national championship host venues will be. Well, now I know that for next time. So we are in Indy, we're in Lucas Oil. Let's do this, and we're getting the ball first. Oh, Newton doesn't know where the ball is. That was nearly a disaster. And Newton, oh my goodness, he's going to do it to Texas again. Newton has the speed, and the opening kickoff, it started off as a near disaster. It is a touchdown for Jason Newton, who went for 300 all-purpose yards against Texas in the Big 12 championship. For some reason, Texas cannot figure out Jason Newton. My goodness gracious, and Utah will strike first. How about that, kicking off the national championship game here in Indianapolis? Wow. Field goal, please. Why is Ask Coach not taking us immediately to the point after attempt? That is bizarre. I've never had to, like, search for the extra point. Well, there you go. Extra point is good. And the Utes are up first here in the college football playoff. Again, we mentioned this in the last stream, but the scores you're seeing at the bottom of the screen are not accurate. That is due to the mod that we're using to change the games up and all that fun stuff. So we will see the official results of the bowl games after the national championship. So ignore the scores at the bottom of the screen. They are not accurate, and the teams aren't even accurate for the different bowl games. So he threw 4 interceptions last time we dueled it out in the Big 12 championship. It's Omar Campbell at quarterback. They also have a strong running game, John Siegel. And they're going to go option, and boy, that fooled everybody. You saw James Kelly come up and take out Siegel, and maybe Texas learned a little something from the Fiesta Bowl, seeing how well Fresno State ran that QB option against us. Campbell, and they're going to try it again, but that time it didn't work out. Fool me once, right? Bryant Harper making that stop onto Campbell, and he about got turned inside out. We laid some hits like that out on the Fresno squad in the last game as well. Number 1 versus number 3 national championship game. First time ever 2 teams from the same conference are battling it out for the national championship. Thanks to one of our great followers, Tristan Mack. He said that Texas at 11-1 should go into the postseason ahead of 10-2. Iowa, despite the fact that Iowa is Big Ten champs, Texas had lost to us in the Big 12 championship game, but losing to number 1 in the nation. That was the vote from Tristan Mack. We can go ahead and say he's one of the committee chairs for making that call. And a 3-and-out for Texas. So not a great start, as you would have thought Texas would have tried to come out here, and after they got whooped up in the Big 12 title game, come out here in a big way. But this Ute squad might just be unstoppable. Said our closest defeat, no big return there for Newton. Nice tackle made. Our closest win was against TCU. I mean, that was a 3-point victory that we barely had to get, and TCU finished with 2 wins. So other than that, we've been pretty dominant. I'm going to miss this team for sure after this season, the fact that it's going to be all over. It's like I want to keep playing with this dominant team forever. There's Aaron Price getting his first touches of the football. He's going to have to come up big time in this game. No Bill Bradford. Andrew Cross. He's going to have to show up as well. Catch by Nick Odom. Tackle made by George Jones. Wasn't the college football playoff in Lucas Oil this season? Actually, next season it's going to be in Lucas Oil. Okay. I have to look at No, it was this season. That was Alabama and Georgia. Was at Lucas Oil. Cross just barely got it out there to Newton. Where were all the different... I'm looking up right now all the different sites of the college football national championship. I remember the Superdome, Hard Rock Stadium, Lucas Oil, SoFi, Houston. These are all the ones coming up. So Miami, Indy, SoFi is next year. Houston. Then they're going to Vegas and then the Hard Rock again. The first game was in AT&T, then Glendale, then Tampa, then Georgia, Levi's, Superdome. Okay. Well, here we are. We did, like I said, we did Vegas for our first one. That was Georgia Tech and Army. Last year's national championship in Tampa was Navy and Oklahoma, and this year, Lucas Oil, Indianapolis. I'm, again, pleasantly surprised that the stadium is actually the right stadium, because when we did that with Las Vegas, it, which I guess would have just given us Sam Boyd Stadium, because the new Raiders Stadium is not in this game. Cross. Oh, my goodness, Jermaine Cox with the grab. Again, you're getting a little bit of the stutter. That's on the Xbox, and I'm guessing it might just be because it's the modded file that the Xbox is slowing down like this, but we're pushing through it. And a good drive here for the Utes. Aaron Price. Oh, we needed a block right there. Come on. That was Eddie Kramer. He's a freshman. And Aaron, oh, I thought Aaron Price was hurt. He got up. Okay. We were collectively holding our breaths there on the Ute sideline. 2nd and 6. Play fake. Cross. Look at Cross. He's showing up so far. We put the pressure on the sophomore again. He started every game for us since freshman year, but he is not a redshirt. He's a true blue. The highest ranked recruit at quarterback in team history. Delayed handoff to Price. Price gets stopped at the 5. That was Chris Jones on the tackle, number 55 there. 8-play drive for the Utes, and we're going empty set right here. Touchdown, Jermaine Cox and Utah. Not showing any signs of... It's always typical, and we even saw it in real life this year. When you play a team a second time in college football, it never ends up going as well the second time. We saw it with Bama and Georgia this season. But there you see it. And we saw it with LSU and Alabama a couple of years ago in real life. Well, it's going the opposite right now, as we got the early 14-0 lead on Texas. Texas went 3-and-out. I'm glad I've said it before, but I'm glad I put this team. I was originally I had contemplated a lot of things when we made the move from YouTube videos to Twitch streaming. And I thought, you know, going into the Twitch world, are people going to want to jump into the season, you know, season 19? Or, you know, are they going to want to jump in 20 years in? Do they want to, should we start from scratch? Should we retire? I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I want to play out. I want to play it out, see how it goes. I was originally going to see how this, I did not expect this team to be so dominant. Last season, we lost 3 games, I want to say. Had the surprise win against Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl. I was not expecting this team to be so dominant this season. But here we are at the end of it. And Campbell, oh my God. What a disaster. Campbell did not realize that Dallas Miles had been taken out of the equation. He pitched the ball back to nobody. And Jason Lyles, the sophomore, scooped it up. What a disaster for Texas. Oh my God. Well, Tristan Mack was right to say that Texas deserved to be here because they did knock off 13-0 South Florida to get to this game. But man, poor Iowa sitting at home right now. We don't know what the end result of their game was. Iowa went to the Rose Bowl to take on Navy, and we'll get the results of that after this. But Iowa's got to be sitting there being like, boy, this could have been us. If the committee had picked Iowa, it would have been Iowa and Utah in the Fiesta Bowl rather than Utah and Fresno. First and goal. Price. Oh my goodness. Tried to get to the outside. Knocked out by Matt Bailey. I would love to pitch it to the outside, but we always get that stutter step, and I still haven't learned why that's happening. Second and goal. Look at that offensive line. Oh my God, 65 and 78. 65 is Tim Smith. He's a senior. 78, Tristan Hawkins. They literally picked up the defensive line in Texas and pushed them back. Look at this score, folks. It is 21-0, and we're still in quarter number 1. Number 3, Texas, 13-1 on the year. They're only lost to us. Getting shellacked right now in Indianapolis. People in the stands, they paid a lot of money to see this beat down. 9 yards offensively for the Longhorns. And we're going to come out again. We're going to put the pressure on. Linebacker cross blitz. Campbell. There you go. About tripled their yards on that completed pass to Eric Anderson. Boy, if you're a Longhorns fan, what a disaster. This one could not have started any worse. The kick return touchdown. The errant option pitch back. Texas got to try to, as they say, settle it down a little bit. Campbell way off the mark. Threw that one into heavy traffic. Beaten Texas previously for a national championship. We also beat UCF, and we beat Army in our previous national championship wins here. Catch made by Robert Horn, but he kind of had to make some acrobatics to make the grab and then tiptoed and fell backwards out of bounds. So it's 3rd and 8. And it could be another punting situation for the Longhorns. Only 1 first down in this game, and you saw it just a few moments ago on that reception. Campbell, though, plenty of time. That one was bad on our part, great for them. Campbell had lots of time in the pocket, and he was able to get the first down. Campbell threw 4 interceptions against us just a couple of weeks ago in the Big 12 championship game. He already has 1 turnover here today, as John Siegel will bring that one in. Tackle made by David Richards. That's a big man that we're going to miss. He's a senior. This is his final game. Second and 5, empty set here for Campbell. And Campbell tosses it to Edwards. And Edwards will be 1 yard shy of the first down mark here for the Longhorns. Bringing the heat. Bringing everybody on this 3rd and 1. Let's go defense. Campbell gets nailed. I didn't get a number. They're showing that's A.J. Hill. I say they're showing 53, which was A.J. Hill. Yeah, A.J. Hill came in, laid out Campbell. Fantastic. Well, and now they're going to punt. Texas punting here. Michael Green punting this one away. Texas got us last year, man. They beat us 40-8. It was one of our worst losses in 19 seasons. The other being that infamous Nebraska game where we played them in Denver neutral site game. We've done a handful of neutral site games over the year. We did the Denver game. We played UCF neutral site as like a anniversary of the national championship game. We'll just let this one go to the end of the first quarter. We also did the battle for the U, which was Utah and Miami when we were starting to get a little bit of buzz. We played at the Cotton Bowl, which was the day when they kind of say Miami football is born, that famous day at the Cotton Bowl. So we did the battle of the U at the Cotton Bowl. Maybe we are in store for another neutral site game next season. Maybe we do one of the kickoff games. Price. Maybe since we're part of the Big 12, maybe like the Cowboy Classic or something, huh? We'll look into that. We're getting our fair share of traveling now. We played in Arlington. We played in Glendale. Now we're here in Indy. 1st and 10. Play fake. Cross to Newton. 1st down. Cross remains perfect, right? Yeah, 6 for 6. The kid's showing up. 7 for 7. Odom. Nick Odom. Should have been dropped for a gain of about 2 or 3. He ended up with 9 on that one. Hand off to Price. Boy, Price, he got tied up there with Nick Odom and ended up losing 3 yards. That's the kind of play that Bill Bradford probably would have made for us. That's where you're missing. And it's a shame, too, for Bradford that he's going to miss after all the effort he put in this season. He's going to miss the title game. That's the first time we've gone into a game this season with any kind of injury trouble. The first time we've been down a man all year. 1st down, huge. Zach Smith. That's a guy we're going to miss as well. And Smith is down. Oh, man. Hopefully that's something he can shake off. I don't want to see that. Give to Aaron Price. He's got 6. 41 yards rushing for Price. I'm not liking any of these plays. Oh my God, Smith's gonna be out for 2 quarters. Ooh, this is rough. We're losing our guys. Another catch. Singleton, though. You're gonna get a chance, though. With Smith going out, you're gonna see some of the young players. There's one right there in Singleton. He's a sophomore. It's a low re-injury risk. It's the last game of the season. He's out. We're putting him back in. If he's good, we're putting him in. This is for the national championship. Remember the famous, I don't know if you guys are into NFL film stuff, but it's the Rams-Titans Super Bowl coming down to the wire. and a couple of the Rams guys, like down the stretch when the Titans were making their final run, were coming out on defense. Like they were huffing and puffing and coming out. And oh my God, why am I blanking on the Rams coach? Oh, I can picture him. My hair's got the gray hair. I'm blanking on the name. I got to look it up now. I'm going to feel embarrassed. Rams Super Bowl coach. Why can I not? It's terrible. TB Sport. Dick Vermeil, yes. The famous Dick Vermeil. He was talking to the guys on the sideline saying, like, what? You want to come out? You want to come out? This is for the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying to Zach Smith. This is for the national championship. Get out there. Cross. Throws it, and there's the first incompletion of the game for Andrew Cross. So 3rd and 9. 21-0 Utes over the Longhorns. Cross. Wide open was Jermaine Cox. How about that? You don't often get that out of Andrew Cross. He's having the game of his collegiate career, and he saved it for his 2nd season in the national championship. 28-0. Welcome back, Texas. We'll play you again next week if you want. And what a run this will be for us if we end up winning. If we survive this, that means in 3 weeks, we would have beaten the number 2 team in the country, which was Texas. We would have beaten the number 4 team in the country, which was Fresno State. And then we would have beaten the number 3 team. So we would have taken on and beaten 2, 4, and 3 in consecutive weeks. What a run this would be for the 15-0 season. Our first championship game that we're streaming for you guys here on Twitch. We haven't had any postseason runs yet on any of our other series. We got it right here. Utah, Texas. Texas is they got to figure something out right now. This is a big drive pretty early on in the second. We're showing no signs of slowing down. The give to Siegel, and our top-rated run defense continues to stuff their running game, much like the Fresno running game. We held their 2,000-yard rusher to just over 20 yards in the Fiesta Bowl. Hit from behind. Campbell still got it away, and Alex Gray made the reception. So here comes Texas. It almost seems fitting, this game, a little bit. Most of all the college football national championships over the years have been blowouts. A couple of the Alabama-Clemson games have been close, but other than that, it's usually just been blowout city for a lot of these title games. But Texas is making their run here. One of their better drives of the day so far. Campbell's 9 of 10. 2nd and inches, empty set. Got to watch for him to run, and he is not. He's going to dish it off to Dallas Miles, who had the big Fiesta Bowl game. Caught about 12 or 13 passes in the Fiesta Bowl. Campbell, intercept. No, is it? Yes, yes, it was intercept. I don't know what happened there. There was a big tie-up. That's the school record for interceptions. Congratulations, Ben Jackson, with that 9th interception, has set the Utes school record of INTs, 9 on the year. Shattering records. Bill Bradford broke the school record for rushing touchdowns. Some legendary players' records fell this season. Oh boy, that was a disaster. Loss of 4 on that play.
That makes it 2nd and 14.
So that's going to make it 2nd down and very long for the Utes here. 2nd and 14. And Cross is getting chased, and he's going to dump it out of bounds. So 3rd and 14 here. This will give Texas good field position here on the turnover. Blitz coming, Cross slipped it into Jermaine Cox, and that's going to be a 3 and out. So Texas makes the stop. Nice coverage there by George Jones on the Longhorn side. Toby McPherson, another senior, playing in his final game. And Joe Bell picks it up, walks out of bounds, and that's where Texas will take over. Pretty good punt to put Texas back on the 32. So they're not going to end up getting the good field position that I thought that they were. I wish we could see the bowl scores. That's the only thing that's too bad about the mod, as, boy, Omar Campbell just kind of slipped and fell right down there. Is that the bowl scores at the bottom aren't accurate, but we're going to go through them all, because if you guys watch at the end of the Big 12 Championship stream, we spent about an extra hour and a half going through and changing almost all the bowl matchups to make better matchups, more exciting matchups, where we put like ranked squads against each other. We put, you know, teams that had 4 losses against each other. Guys, you know, teams like Temple that won the MAC, they got rewarded by playing an SEC team in the Outback Bowl. We got FAU, who won the Sun Belt. They got a big reward. They're going to play a ranked South Carolina team in the New Orleans Bowl. It's I thought our bowl games we put together were pretty good. The jailbreak screen out to Siegel, and that's going to be it for him. Siegel's down, and the Longhorns are going to go ahead and punt this one away. They're going to let a lot of time wind down. That's okay. We'll let them do that. Go ahead, Texas. Play lawyer ball with us. Oh, boy. Oh, Newton brought down. Jared Clark made that stop. Well, the numbers for Andrew Cross. He has stepped up. We said we were going to need him to step up, and he has indeed done that so far today. We're going to take a shot right now. We're going to see if anyone's open and take a shot. We got one-on-one coverage. Oh, my God. Well, we told him to take a shot. We had one-on-one. And it didn't work out there. It's going to be intercepted. Adam Carter with the INT. Well, take your chances. You're up by 28. You got to take chances. Because what's the damage here? It's basically the equivalent of a punt. And I trust our defense to, you know, get a turnover here. We can get good field position. So we'll see what happens. Oh, Dallas Miles. Good catch by Miles. See, Texas ran all that time down. Now they wish they had that time. Campbell. Dropped. Flat out dropped by Alex Gray. Third down for the Longhorns here. Campbell. He's going to find Dallas Miles. That guy's great. He reminds me of like a Wes Welker out there. This seems like a tiny guy that just makes the big plays. So Texas will look to get some points on the board late here as Campbell, that was I guess a design quick pass, but that didn't work out for him too well in the Fiesta Bowl. Ain't working out too well for him here in the college football playoff national championship game. 45 seconds left in the first half. Texas does get the ball to begin quarter number 2. The screen pass blown up there. It was well covered by Bryant Harper. So yeah, if Texas can score, they'll get the ball to begin quarter number 3, so they have a chance to cut the Utes lead in half here, but they gotta score on this drive. That's gonna be the key for them. Campbell calling shots. They're gonna try the same exact play, and it doesn't work out again. Oh my God, what a disaster. What are they thinking out there? Twice they call the same exact play. Twice it blows up in their face. And now they're forced to go for it on 4th and 10. That is a bonehead call if you ask me. Go ahead and do it a third time. Campbell, it is caught and it's short. 10 yards, but the referees ruled Justin Edwards short. Oh my goodness, so they turn it over. We'll get the ball with 35 seconds, 3 timeouts, and now we can maybe try to make a quick run at it down the field. Let's see how this turns out for us. Oh my God. It is going to be a pick 6. Matt Bailey and Andrew Cross. Well, you're starting to see the moments from him. Oh my God. Andrew Cross, he's almost like a Kirk Cousins to me, where it's like he has the good moments, but then he'll blow up in your face. The pick 6 to put Texas on the board and give Texas life. So that's back-to-back interceptions for Andrew Cross. He's got to shake that off and get out of his own head. Give me first quarter Andrew Cross back. Let's see what Newton does. Gutsy if they're even going to kick it to Newton again. And Newton almost broke it again. So what do you guys think? 24 seconds. Should we try to make a run at it or just get into the locker room? The game says get into the locker room. I'm going to do one pass here, and if it's not successful, then we might just give it up and get into the locker room with the lead that we got. Cross to Odom. We'll take a timeout. We're going to go for it. We got to try to get these points back. Oh, I hate that pick 6 happened. That would have been cool to get the shutout in the national championship, would it not? Cross. Price knocked out of bounds. And Cross is a little timid now, you can tell. He doesn't want to try to make the mistake again, so he's throwing the... He's playing like Alex Smith, a former great Utah Ute, just doing the dump-off passes. 3rd and 6. First down. Timeout called by the Utes. Jason Newton. We got 9 seconds. We got 1 timeout. We got to start making some deep passes now. Maybe we get a touchdown. We can probably hope for a field goal here. But the short stuff ain't going to do it. Cross. Takes a hit. Gets rid of it. Oh, my goodness. Tossed it up, and Bailey knocked it away. He was looking for another interception. So this is it. Final play. It's got to just be a Hail Mary at this point. No field goal is going to come from it. Cobra. Welcome, Cobra. Glad you're here, my friend. National championship game. Cross rolling out. Cross. Heaving it. Knocked away. And that is how the first half will end. What a first half it's been. Texas is going to get the ball to begin 3rd quarter. And they have a chance to get right back in this thing. It is not a sure thing yet. This one is not in the books, despite what the scoreboard might have you believe. With Texas getting the ball to begin quarter number 3. As we'll look, the opening kickoff by Newton. Then we have the touchdown by Jermaine Cox. Another touchdown there by Cox. There was the school record, breaking the record for interceptions by Ben Jackson. And there was the pick six that put Texas on the scoreboard, and that is your 28-7 score here in the national championship game. Passing yards pretty even, rushing yards non-existent for the Longhorns. A couple of turnovers on either side. Let's get into it. Quarter number 3, this is it. The final 2 quarters to decide the national championship. Cobra says Utah's winning, no comeback. We're going to see if that plays out. Our defense remains dominant. They have not allowed a touchdown, as they usually do. They didn't allow a touchdown in the Fiesta Bowl against Fresno State. And allowed a touchdown here. It's been the pick six is the only difference for the Longhorns. On the board, Siegel, nowhere to go. David Richards, his senior season, his senior game, his final game. Cobra says, who's your favorite player of all time for, I'm guessing for Utah? All time, it would probably be Brandon Cox from season 2, who actually was a real life player for the Utah Utes, because he came on with a fury. He shattered school records. He threw for well over 5,000 yards, undefeated. It had an amazing junior season. It was like anything like the opposite of Andrew Cross. He would be able to sling the ball downfield at will. It was incredible. And then I ended up getting him and using him on later on with my Detroit Lions on Madden 12. We not drafted him, but we picked him up because, oh, Ben Jackson, how about the surefire thing? He now has added to his school record for interceptions, and it's a pick six. And there we have neutralized the Texas pick six with one of our own. And there you go. It's broken now. It was tied, but now Ben Jackson has officially broken it with 2 interceptions in the national championship game. The senior, a lot of these guys that we're going to miss, Ben Jackson, David Richards, that are all going to be leaving. Zach Smith, the seniors. It's going to be tough to replace those guys. Extra point is good. My goodness. Wow. Well, there you go. That was the drive Texas needed to cut the lead in half. Instead, it's right back to a 28-point game. It has been a season of domination for Utah. Our closest game was the TCU game that we won by 3. Besides that, I don't know. You can maybe make the argument for this team be one of the greatest in college football history. It's going to be interesting. We're definitely going to stream Season 20 after this. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Season 20 squad lives up to the expectations set by this Season 19 Utah squad. Unbelievable. These Utah teams blowing out our Troy teams. And we're going to be uploading those Troy games somewhat soon to our Patreon page. We had some great Troy teams as well. Remember the famous Troy-Oregon regular season game, 1 versus 2. Here comes Texas. Boy, they got to feel frustrated, considering the fact that they beat us 40-8 last season. The fact that they've played us twice, and twice we've taken it to them. The Big 12 championship and in the national championship. Oh, Edwards, though, he still wants a national title. Justin Edwards knocking guys away. Texas, they dominated South Florida. South Florida had a bit of a rally, but overall it was Texas. We got big breaking news here. The MLB Players Association rejects the MLB's request for a mediator. Oh my God, folks, I don't know if we're getting a baseball season this year. We'll keep playing baseball, but it does not seem like the sides are getting too close together. Cobra, Utah going 12-1 with a loss in the national championship. No, we're undefeated. We're 14-0 right now. Texas is 13-1 with a loss in the Big 12 championship game.
Anderson was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
And this would be our 4th undefeated season in school history. Well, our coaching history, obviously in real life. I guess it would be the 6th undefeated season in Utah history because Utah had the famous Fiesta Bowl win against Pitt, and then they had the Sugar Bowl win against Alabama. Since we've coached Utah, we've led them to 4 undefeated seasons, so it would be the 6th undefeated season in Utes team history. And count all the trophies, man. The Rose Bowls that we've won, the Fiesta Bowls that coaches of the past like Urban Meyer won, the Sugar Bowl. And here about to win another national title. Campbell gets sacked, though. We have a flag. I think our first flag of the game. Holding. So I think we're going to decline that one, right? Absolutely. And it was actually the running back, Siegel. Oh, next year. Cobra says next year we're going 13-1 and winning the national title again. We haven't gone back-to-back yet to win the national title. And, man, they're going to punt the ball here on their own 35-yard line. Me personally, I usually go for it because what's the difference there? You made up 15 yards on the punt. Rather than if you go for it and didn't get it, then it's, I don't think it's a big deal. But Texas might be waving the white flag. They're wearing all white. They give to Aaron Price. Aaron Price is hanging in there for the backup. Got almost 50 on the ground. Bill Bradford injured in the Fiesta Bowl game, our first major injury, where we've lost a key piece of our offense, but it has not slowed this team down at all. We continue with our 3-phase football as defense and special teams have put points on the board just like they did in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Next season, we'll be back to the Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl setup for the college football playoffs. So if we get in as a top seed, it would be the Rose Bowl for us once again. Cross completes it to Zach Smith. Those are usually dangerous for Andrew Cross, but he was able to get it. You saw peeling off on the play was Adam Carter. He was pointing to Matt Bailey to go ahead and make that coverage. He was there, but, didn't happen. A lot more passes than rushes, what we normally do. Oh, boy, that was a terrible pass by Cross. Trying to hit the open receiver, trying to thread it through the 2 defenders, and Cross hit the defender right in his hands. So how are we going to follow that up? We're going to go empty set right now. No running back, empty set for Cross. Incomplete. Cross spikes that one into the turf. 3rd down and 10 for the Utes. A touchdown would be big right here to put 42 on the board. Completed to Jermaine Cox. We are taking it. We are playing number 3 in the nation like they're 0-12 Kansas right now. Pure domination from the moment the opening kickoff was kicked. By Price was immediately hit. I couldn't get a number. Was that 58? Tommy Phillips. That was 53. They came in and made that stop on Price. They're going to switch things around. They're going to go empty set. How about that by Andrew Cross? He noticed that was supposed to be a running play. There were 3 linebackers in the box. He shifted out to a pass play, knowing that those linebackers were going to have to go in coverage. Completed it, and now Utah is knocking on 42 points' door. Touchdown. Boy, this is starting to look like the UCF National Championship game because we kind of blew them out. The previous 2 national title games, especially the Army game, was close. We beat Army 24-20. But, man, it'll be interesting to see. We'll see what Iowa's score ends up being in their Rose Bowl. But if they end up winning big in the Rose Bowl, you'd have to think there's frustrations on Iowa's side to see how Texas are performing, the fact that the committee put Texas in the playoff without a conference championship, and to see them playing like this. And I promise, folks, I showed it before. I'm not playing on easy mode. You can go look at the past scores on Patreon in the stat book. This is the most dominant team we've had in 19 seasons. Those of you that were keeping up with us on YouTube before YouTube trashed our page, you saw the teams in the past. Remember, we had the famous game against Cal, where the Cal quarterback went 40 of 44. It was one of the most embarrassing defensive efforts that we had had. 40 of 44, we could not stop them. And to come where we are now, 19 seasons later, where every quarterback we play is just playing like they've never touched a football before, it's pretty outstanding. Lee Anderson getting the sack on Campbell. And Campbell's not going to want to see the Utes ever again after these last two games. That is for sure. So 3rd down and 12. Campbell is going to get the first down to Robert Horn. So on 3rd and long, the cheerleaders continue to be all over the field. Texas looking for their first offensive points of the national championship. Campbell, oh, did you see Sam Harris's eyes light up? It's going to be holding against Texas. That's going to wipe out the play anyway. Harris's eyes lit up. He was looking for an INT. Didn't happen. What a season, folks. What a season this has been. Campbell can't find anybody open. Oh, my goodness. Ben Jackson, that would have really clinched it. 3 interceptions was looking for in the national championship game. Unbelievable. So as we get into some garbage time here, which it seems like we're going to be getting, we'll talk about our future plans on the Twitch channel here. Campbell just got rid of it before he got sacked. Decent completion percentage, but the points is what matter, and you got 7 on the board right now, and that was by the defense, which that's going to irk me even more, the fact that we could have had a shutout, and that pick 6 is going to be the lone points. Campbell knocked away. Wes Harper, another senior, swatting that one down, and on 4th and 16, the Longhorns will punt it away. And it could be it's going to begin to be clock ticking time here pretty soon for the Utes. And like I said, for all we say, oh my God, look at Newton. For all we say about Andrew Cross, he was probably the reason that we kept this going. Oh, it continues to be a disaster for Texas. If it wasn't for Andrew Cross and the fact that the highest ranked recruit in team history, I really wanted to see how he was going to play. I probably would have just restarted with a new team after the great YouTube purge happened. But because of Andrew Cross, like, I had thought about switching teams before that. I thought about, I talked about LSU and stuff like that. But when we landed Cross, I was like, okay, let's see what this guy can do. And then he had a really rough freshman year. And I was like, okay, let's start over. We're going to pick, 19 season, let's retire. And I was like, no, I want to see how Cross does sophomore year. And here we are. And now I want to see how junior year is going to be. Boy, nobody was open on that one, and Cross just dumped it out. So as we said, we're going to play, we plan to be back later tonight to play Arceus Legends, our second time playing that on the channel. So that'll be later tonight. Going to hit the gym after this. We'll probably go down to the beach for a walk, do a little exercise, and then we'll be back with Arceus Legends, first down Utes. Our next sports streams, unless we have any requests over on Patreon, are going to be the baseball, MLB The Show. We're going to finish up Season 2 of the Arizona Diamondbacks. I know the new MLB is coming out. Shohei Ohtani's on the cover. Yeah. But we're probably going to ride with the MLB, the show that we have, for a couple more seasons. But we're going to do that. Hopefully we're going to have a playoff run with the Diamondbacks. I want to do 1 or 2 more Mike Tyson streams as well, the My Career, since we're close to WrestleMania before the new game comes out, the 2K22 comes out. So that will be the plan to do that. So baseball, Mike Tyson, definitely got more God of War, and then we're going to get back to the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Red Wings, also the RXFL. Price getting knocked around. Also, arena football will be coming your way. That's been a long requested stream, one of our more popular series that we did on our old YouTube page with the Georgia Force. We'll be bringing that back with the PS2, and Price just a yard shy of the end zone. So get ready for arena football, and then we will come back to college football. This isn't going away forever, but you know, much like the off season, we like to take a little break in between for variety. But if you're really hankering for more college football, Tom Smith with the score. Offensively, it's 49-0. Texas had the pick 6. But if you're hankering for more college football, head over to Patreon, become a super fan or a mega fan, and you can request college football any time you want. It's also, we're going to be putting up on Patreon, when this is over, we'll look at all the results, we'll get the national championship done. We are going to do the entire stat book for season 19, so writing down the stats, the scores, the conference winners, all the bowl games, and we'll be uploading that on Patreon as well. So you can head over there to check out the Utah stat book that we usually do. Yeah, many stat books. We have the RFL stat book from 2K8 up there. We have the Utah stat book, 19 seasons. We have the WCW, ECW storylines up there. We have quite a few other stat books as well, so be sure to check those out. Final play of the third quarter for the Longhorns. And Campbell will complete it to Robert Horn. There's actually going to be one more play left in the third. I think so. He went out of bounds. We'll see. Or are they going to run it off? They do run it off. So it's all Utah on this one. We ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. And that was all they wrote. The Longhorns never stood a chance after that. 49-7. A blowout for this year's national championship game. I'll read the previous national championship scores. I'm going on compliments of Patreon. These are the scores. Should I just read them? Well, I don't know. I don't want to read them all, but we've had close national I'll read the close scores of the past national championship games, and then you guys can head over to Patreon and see the rest. But season 7, Georgia beat Navy in the national championship 38-35. Was a close one. Then we had a couple of blowouts there. Then we had season 12, which was Utah beating Army 24-21. We had season 16, Texas beating Miami 27-24. And these were the two college football playoff national championship game playoffs. It was Georgia Tech defeating Army 55-24. Both teams were 14-0. And last season, Oklahoma beating Navy 31-28 in a close contested matchup. Both teams were 13-1. So the Big 12 bringing another national title back from the college football playoff. I believe they sent 4 teams over the years. Twice Utah, once Texas, and once Oklahoma. The SEC has yet to send a team once. The Big Ten has yet to send a team since season 1 where they sent Oklahoma. But the SEC, the last Power 6 conference to send a team to the playoff, as Siegel trying to get some garbage time points here for the Longhorns. It was the SEC and the Pac-16, but the Pac-16 were able to send undefeated 13-0 Fresno State to the big dance, where they were annihilated by us. Campbell. It's reminiscent of some of those Alabama teams. Like we've seen some college football playoff games that were blowouts. What was it, Clemson? I have to go on Wikipedia again, but wasn't it Clemson that had that recent run where it's like they like shut out Ohio State and then they won the national championship big? As Siegel, I'm just gonna get stopped. I'm looking up. It was I want to say it's 2019 Clemson. Yeah, they won. They had a similar dominant run. They beat Pitt in the ACC championship, 42 to 10, and they beat Notre Dame 30-3, and then they beat Alabama 44 to 16. So much like us, they had a very similar dominant run. As Campbell, not gonna get the touchdown. I'm looking at their scores too. That Clemson team is similar. Dominant run like we had. So here we go. 4th and goal. Can Texas finally get offensive points on the board? Not going to happen. Campbell is wrapped up, taken down. And Texas, barring some kind of collapse here, it's going to be held scoreless offensively. That pick 6 hurts even more, knowing that could have been a blowout, knowing it could have been a shutout. Man, I wanted the shutout. That hurts now. I really hate the fact that that pick 6 happened. Darn you, Andrew Cross. Well, what do you guys think of this season? A lot of blowouts. I mean, it wasn't too much excitement. One of the things college football is known for is their exciting plays, their exciting close games. This was not that. The TCU game was our closest game. First down, Utes. Many, many games of blowouts, but if you like seeing dominant teams, this is it. This was our, without a doubt, other than the couple of struggles we had offensively at the quarterbacking position, this was our most dominant team in school history. And I'd have to hope, I'd have to imagine we're going to be ranked number 1 going into next season as well. Texas is going to be hungry too if we play them again next season. We've come into a little interesting rivalry with the Longhorns all of a sudden. So they beat us last year. They blew us out last year, 40-8. But here we are. Not the same Texas team that got us last season, that's for sure. We got them twice this year. They've beaten us twice in the regular season. We've beaten them twice now for the national championship, twice for the Big 12 championship. We've never beaten them in the regular seasons. I guess that'll be our next goal. Ticking down, I'd love to get to the 50s, but you don't want to run up the score. Unless Price rattles off a big run. And Aaron Price, he ended up showing out. He's going to probably get well over 30 carries by the time this one's done. Stepping in for Bill Bradford. Did not miss a beat. And we will run the ball one more time, and we can celebrate a national championship. The final play of the national championship here in Indianapolis is about to happen. And there it is. Tom Smith will be the last one to touch the ball. Bring it on, Utah. 49-7 are your college football playoff national champions. They join the ranks of Georgia Tech as the only other undefeated college football playoff national champion. They also join Oklahoma as a college football playoff national champion. Your play of the game, this was the one I had to agree that sealed it. Not only did Ben Jackson break the record, the school record for INTs by having 2 in the title game, but that was when Texas was going to try to make their run. Cut the lead in half, but it didn't happen. The pick 6 really sealed this one. They're seeing Jake Brock, who didn't really do much in this game at all. And you're looking at Matt Bailey. Disappointed. No offensive points. Jermaine Cox, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. Your MVP of the national championship. And for the 4th time in school history, we can raise the crystal ball as we are national champions the 4th time in 19 seasons. We're going to go down in history. Remember, that was a disaster. Newton couldn't find the ball. He was dancing, couldn't find it. It hit him in the face. He ended up taking the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and we never looked back. To dominate this Texas team that was 12-0 at one point, twice to dominate them. What an effort. Now we'll go through the bowl results. We'll get ready to wrap this thing up, and we'll see you later tonight for Arceus Legends. We'll stream that later tonight. There was the pick 6, the lone score of the game for the Longhorns, who had been there before. They'd been in the national championship. They won it all a couple of years ago, as we said, against Miami. I mean, this is a team with national championship experience. They went to the national title game and beat Miami in season 16. They went to the national title game in season 14 and lost to us. They beat Central Michigan in season 9. So this is their 4th trip to the national title game in as many seasons, much like us, but the difference between us, we went 4-0. They are 2-2 as Texas. So let's save up some highlights here. What picture would be a good one for the thumbnail? Boy, all these pictures kind of suck. Save them all anyway. And then we have to do one more where we take the flash drive and to the Horizons mod, the Horizons app. I will double check now. I'm going to pull up on YouTube the video and make sure I'm doing the final steps right. College football. We are the champs. Yes, indeed. Negative 17 rushing yards they end up finishing for. All right, so they say player sim the national championship game. There we go, our 4th national title. Congratulations to us. Add it to the trophy case. So I'm watching the YouTube video here now. So they got past the national title game, which is what we did. And then game auto saves. We back out our last trip to the PC for step 3. Okay, so we don't simulate forward yet. So we will exit. Okay, we're exiting out. We're going to go back to the computer here. I'm going to pull the flash drive. Or actually, I need to save that. I need to go back. I almost did a bad thing. I need to save that actually onto the flash drive. I only saved onto the hard drive. So we're heading back. See, there's 2 saves because that's when I started the whole Horizons journey. It was when we were supposed to play a game against Florida State, and so that was that save. But I leave that there just in case. So we need to save Dynasty to the thumb drive here. But what do you guys think? It feels good. That's our first title since we've been streaming on Twitch. Hopefully we can do that in the Madden world. Hopefully we can do that in the baseball world soon too. But we are champions again. How long can we keep going? We're coming up on season 20. When is Coach going to retire? It's a shame all that footage got lost previously, that, you know, we had been doing this for 19 years on YouTube. Not 19 real years, but 19 in-game years, and that footage is all gone forever. I have a lot of my older stuff. I have the Troy stuff saved, most of that, but the Utah stuff is all gone. Gone. So, but at least we're Twitch, and hopefully, I mean, this stuff will be gone too if our page ever gets deleted. The archives are at least going on YouTube, but we'll just keep streaming on Twitch. So now we can exit, and now we can go to the Horizons app. I don't know if you guys want to watch the process or not, because it's not going to be completely interesting. It's just going to be the same thing that we've done before, where we bring it and we replace the file and we save and rehash and stuff. So we're going to do that next. So we have the Horizon app open here. We're going to open up our thumb drive. And we're opening up the file. And we're going to save it. We're going to go to contents. We're going to right click. We're going to do extract. We're going to save it as number 3. Extracted. And then we're going to go into the utility tool here. We'll do step. And we'll go to college football playoff, 14 playoff, and step 3. I guess I'll let you guys see it if you want. It won't, like I said, it's not going to be completely interesting. College football playoff, 14 playoff. Step 3, open file. Utah 3, open. And we pick our champ, which is us, the Utah Utes. Or actually, it'll pick it for us. It'll say, and then all we have to do is hit save. Then we go back to Horizon. We do the thing. We'll make a picture too, because that'll go on. It'll go up on Patreon. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again here. The folks that put this mod together. Super smart people, super cool people. This thing is awesome. The fact that we can even do something like this, and it even looks as good as it does. Like the graphics on this mod are amazing, like fantastic. I know a lot of people are playing the college football revamped, but I don't have the means to get my Xbox modded or want to spend all the money. So I kind of leave it at, like, boy, this is taking a long time to load. I kind of leave it at the fact that everyone else is kind of playing the college football revamp, so if people want to see what the old game looks like, that's where I come in. Try to make myself a little different from everyone else. This is, I have never seen it take this long, so let's just hang out a little bit longer. And hopefully, if not, maybe we'll close out and reopen it, but I have never seen it take this long before. Normally it takes some time to load, but not this long. Let me reload. This is interesting. This is taking. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. As soon as I was going to reload. Well, there you go. There we are. The Utes. And I did find out you can see my mouse. So Utah's champions. We're going to save this. So we can add it to our stat book, which will go up on Patreon. Put in our documents. Let's call it Season 3 College Football Playoff. Save it and hit save. Then we'll go back to Horizons and do our thing. And we can thank the college football mod gods that made this for us here once again. Okay, so now let me reopen Horizons because sometimes I don't always trust it when you don't close it out. So it'll be an open, it will be the file, right click, replace, and then save, rehash, and all that fun stuff. Now I'm starting to remember. It took me a time to remember, but now I'm remembering. Game, this, game, open. Dynasty Utah is open. Contents, right click, replace. Replace it with Season 3, open. Successful, and save, rehash. Done. And that should be it. Now we can go and see what the actual scores of the bowl games were. So let's do that now. So we're closing out of Horizon. We will safely eject. Boom. It's safe. Safe. Pop it back into the Xbox 360 here. And now we will get the bowl results. And we'll do some housekeeping, and then we will call it a day. I will do the stat book off camera. Good Lord, that just auto went to another YouTuber who started screaming at me, and that scared the daylights out of me. So, yeah, so we will off camera do the stat book, and we'll upload that to Patreon, and then that'll be it. And then we can, the next time we stream for college football, it'll be the off-season stuff. We still have some home and homes we got to finish with Utah State and South Alabama and Arkansas. So look for them at the schedule. On the schedule, but we're going to have to start signing some new contracts too. Because I do it like in real life. I don't just pick random teams. I sign home and homes. I do all that stuff, just like in real times. So we are loading it up now. I'm excited to see their bowl result, considering we together as a group put these bowl games together. So to see, did SMU, are they going to be the first group of 4 team to win a New Year's Six game? It hasn't happened yet. In fact, the group of teams have not had a good run. They've had chances. The game's given them chances, but the only team that's really pulled it off has been Army to win the national title against Syracuse a couple of years ago. But although we did have Army and Navy picking up college football playoff wins, to get to the national championship, but have not won the national title. So the Big East has been there many a times. They've only been able to pull it off the one time with Army. So let's see how it all turns out. Again, it'll be interesting to see how Iowa, how their game turned out, because they're the team that would probably be able to cry wolf or cry Hawkeye, as it were, more than any other team, considering they went 10-2 and they were left out of the title hunt. They were Big Ten champs. Precedent had been set before for the Big Ten champ to get in at 10-2. And so there it is. It is, you can see we are 15-0. There's our win over Fresno. There's our win over Texas. Although you see the scores up top are not right, but the scores at the bottom. Man, look at these blowouts. Just domination all the way. And I want to see our whole season now. I guess you go here, right? 15-0. There it is. So it's a little messed up because, you know, the mod can only do so much. But, I mean, there's our scores, man. Pretty dominant, especially down the stretch. Think about how many games. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the Fiesta Bowl, 8 games where single-digit points were put up on the board. Texas scored the most at 29 right there. But, man, I mean, Colorado held them to 14. Kansas, 10. This was, you know, the pick 6. That wasn't even a I mean, the amount of times this defense gave up points was so few and far between. Incredible. 8 times held them to single digits, 7 points or less. 7, 0, 3, 0, 0, 7, 7, and then 3 against Fresno. Incredible. Let's get the bowl results here. And that is where we will end it. We'll look at the bowl results and we'll call it there because I'll need to write down all the stat book rigmarole. And then I'm going to be heading out. I'm going to go to the beach and go for a walk. Get out of the house and stretch the old legs a little bit. But we'll be back for Arceus Legends, so stay tuned for that. These bowl results should be interesting because, like I said, we put these games together, so hopefully we get some good results. Oh, don't close your eyes. Don't look at the scores. You're going to get spoilers. I'm not looking. I'm not looking at the scores. I want to go one by one. I wonder, I've never done the 15-game schedule before. I'll have to see if it actually says 15-0 on our coaching list. Well, hopefully those of you that were around for the journey at the beginning for all 19 seasons, you enjoyed this. If you're a new viewer on Twitch that was watching this Utah team for the first time, we're still dominant, man. 4 national titles in 17 seasons. Put us in the Utah Hall of Fame. And a record book update. We had records fall this season without a doubt. There it is, Ben Jackson with the 10 INTs. We also had Bill Bradford shatter Hayes' record, and Hayes was a Heisman Trophy winner that rushed for 2,000 yards. Broke his record, almost 10 more. Yeah. I'm gonna have to save this to the my hard drive now. Select Twice. Because it's running off of the flash drive, so now I need to save it back to the hard drive. So we'll be back in business. You can see that YOCVS is Wyoming Cowboys, because that's what I originally called this file when I started it 19 seasons ago. That one is still there. All right. So let's look at, well, let's see real quick at our coaching contract and see, does it actually say 15-0? Look at that. It does say 15-0. So there you go. And it has everything labeled there. Look at that. Because normally you would never see that. You would not see Fiesta Bowl and National Championship, right? You would just see National Championship. So the fact that all the logos are on there, look at that. That's how cool this mod is. So let's go. Let's again see what we've done in recent memory since we took over. Before us, after the Sugar Bowl, it had been a steady decline for the Utah Utes. You can see this was the Urban Meyer year 2, so the undefeated seasons. Look, we can go all the way back. This is so cool. So you can see where they had their big years. And then here's where we came in. 7-6. And that was the Brandon Cox year, going 14-0. Then we went 10-3, 9-4. We had a couple of losses. The Sun Bowl loss in 2018. Then we had the Rose Bowl loss in 2019. This is when we were starting to question, like after the national championship run, we were starting to question, like, boy, are we any good? Because we went from national title, and then we had that big drop where we weren't doing anything. We had a couple of Vegas Bowls, but one conference title and a Rose Bowl loss in that run in the middle. But then we bounced back 13-1, got the Rose Bowl win. That was the Fiesta Bowl win over Baylor. Here was our undefeated season where we won the national championship. Then we won the Rose Bowl, national championship, Rose Bowl. 2028 is where we lost the Rose Bowl game. I think that was the Minnesota loss where we won that, but we still had quite the run. So pretty much from 2022 on to, so it's been like a 10-year run of us pretty much being Rose Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, national title, Rose Bowl, national title, Rose Bowl, Rose Bowl. This was the Rose Bowl as well. This was the college football playoff where we lost to Army. Then we won the Fiesta Bowl last season against Ohio State, and then capping it off here with the Fiesta Bowl, the Big 12 championship, and the national title to go 15-0 once again for the 4th time in our coaching history, to go undefeated for the 6th time in Utah team history. We have not had a 4-loss season since 2020. I mean, it's been pretty consistent. 14. There's 3 lost, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 0, 3, 0, 1, 3. So we do get 3 losses here or there, but it's been pretty consistent of, I mean, double-digit wins all the way across. The last time we didn't win, it was 2020, and everyone wants to forget that year. It was the last time we didn't win double-digit games. So you see what we've done at Utah in 16 years. 196-37 at Utah. This, which it should be, because this is our 17th year at Utah, because we played 19 seasons altogether, right? Because I did 2 seasons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, this is my 19th season, so that's 16 years at Utah, because I played 1 year with Wyoming and 1 year at Florida State. So a 15-4 bowl record. I mean, 49-20-16 against the top 25. Our career record 205-42 in a safe job security for Coach Burke Jr., who has outclassed his dad in the college football ranks. So let's look at the bowl results. And then this is where we'll end it. We won't go forward because I got to do the stat book. But we will look at the bowl results and we'll save it. And we will end it here. So here we go. These are our bowl games that we put together. Let's see what the final scores were. So Arizona They put a whooping on North Texas. That's 42-17. Auburn and Washington in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Auburn was, I guess Washington was 6-6. Yeah, Washington was 6-6, and Auburn was 7-5. So Auburn got the win in a close one there. Florida taking down West Virginia. We're calling that the Pinstripe Bowl now, even though it's point steady there. But Florida, another close win there. So there you go, win for the SEC. So SEC picking up some big wins. Florida State losing a close one to Cal in the Beef O'Brady's Bowl. And South Carolina winning a tight one against Florida Atlantic. So there you go. But close games that we matched up here. The Mountain West champs, Utah State knocking out Texas State in the Las Vegas Bowl. In the Hawaii Bowl, it was Houston blowing out USC 41-21. Wisconsin beating Western Michigan there in the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. Wisconsin was 8-4 going into that one. Western Michigan was 7-5. It is another close one. Stanford beating Michigan in the Military Bowl. Another close game, man. Look at our bowl game. Look at us putting these nice bowl games together. Central Michigan knocking off Boise State. So Central Michigan, watch out for them. They're in the Big Ten. They're coming off a 10-win season, looking to get in that top 10 next season. We have the Belk Bowl that was won by Army. So Army was a team that, as we said, was kind of talking about, wow, we're unranked here. They finished 10-4. They're going to be ranked 25th as they knock off Clemson in a big way in the Belk Bowl in Clemson's backyard, too, in the Carolinas. Georgia defeating North Carolina, and they get bumped up into the top 25 after we had taken them out. We have Georgia Tech handling Nebraska pretty well in the Russell Athletic Bowl. In the Meineke Car Care Bowl, another close one as Northwestern, the Wildcats, knocking off the Oklahoma Sooners, the defending national champs. They dropped that one in a tight contest. Pitt had their way with UTSA in the Armed Forces Bowl, picking up the win there. So the Pitt Panthers getting that win. Another tight one. Okay, I'm pretty proud of considering how many close, good bowl games we had. I think we put a pretty good bowl season together. It's going to be Louisville knocking off UCLA in their backyard in the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl. In the Alamo Bowl, we get another tight one. It is Maryland knocking off the runners-up in the Pac-16. Maryland taking down Oregon State. We have the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, Missouri out of the Big 12, knocking off Sparty, getting that win there. Music City Bowl, another close one, Bama defeating Wake Forest. We have FIU of the ACC taking down Ole Miss of the SEC in the Tony the Tiger Hyundai Sun Bowl there, 34-31. We got another close one in the Big 12 representing again as Colorado getting the win over the SEC's Southern Miss in the Liberty Bowl. We have the Peach Bowl that we know was Texas defeating USF, knocking them off. We have the Heart of Dallas Bowl, San Jose State knocking off a Big 12 representative there, 31-21. The Gator Bowl, wow, what a big blowout for Indiana, who they themselves got blown out in the Big Ten Championship. Indiana blowing out Mississippi State of the SEC. The Capital One Bowl, a high-scoring, that was a good matchup, a high-scoring, tightly contested one. Ohio State defeating Miami. The Outback Bowl, we gave Temple the opportunity by winning the MAC. They get kind of dominated by the Memphis Tigers out of the SEC. The Rose Bowl game, oh, let the debate continue. Tristan Mack, if you're out there, if you're not in the stream, but maybe you'll watch the replay on YouTube. It was a high-scoring game, 52-48. In fact, Iowa looks like they had to score a bunch of touchdowns late to even get the win. So it was a high-scoring game, 52-48. But now there's going to be a big debate out there. The fact that Iowa beat Navy, they won the Rose Bowl, which is still a cool reward. I mean, I think the Rose Bowl is a really cool bowl game, even if it's not the national title game. But now you got to sit back and look at the fact that Texas got blown out twice by Utah in the Big 12 championship game and in the national championship game. The committee initially said if it was a blowout, then Texas would be out and Iowa would be in. But Texas scored that garbage time touchdown. They made it close. Tristan Mack said they should be in. Iowa is going to finish with the same record as Texas, and Iowa has a conference title to their name. Iowa, they might have a gripe going into next season. They're even going to finish, you can see, ranked number 2 in the final rankings. Iowa, they are a little upset that they did not make the college football playoff ahead of Texas, who didn't win a conference championship and got blown out twice. So that'll be an interesting development. Maybe we'll schedule Iowa for next season just to put that all out there. Maybe that'll be the neutral site game, Iowa and Utah. We'll see. Fiesta Bowl, of course, we won. We beat Fresno 34-3 in that one. The Sugar Bowl, tightly contested one. Tennessee football might be back. The SEC 28-21, knocking off Penn State there. And in the Orange Bowl, a big blowout. So a couple of teams that could have a gripe, because Tennessee, Iowa, and Minnesota, or I should say Tennessee, Iowa, and Virginia Tech all finished the season with conference titles. ACC, SEC, Big Ten, all finished at 12-2. They all were left out of the college football playoff in favor of Texas. So 3 teams, Iowa, Tennessee, Virginia Tech, that could all make a gripe and make a claim that we should have been in the playoff ahead of Texas. Didn't happen. SMU, man, they came close. They just barely dropped this game to Notre Dame. We were very close to having our first Group of 4 team win a New Year's Six. They go 0-3 as Miami, Ohio lost to Miami. Miami, Ohio lost to Oklahoma last season. In this season, SMU coming up just short against Notre Dame. But we gave them a better bowl game. The game was originally going to have SMU playing a 6-6 team in the Liberty Bowl. So we got them in a New Year's Six game. Cincinnati knocking off Boston College in the Birmingham Bowl. In the GoDaddy Bowl, Oregon slips over UAB in a close one, and then the national title. So we had a lot of close bowl games. So I'm going to pat ourselves on the back, because we put this bowl slate together, and we had some really tightly contested good games. A handful of blowouts, but for the most part, all the games were really close. They're really tightly contested. So let's see how our conference won out one more time. We had Utah winning. We had Air Force from our conference losing. We had Texas from our conference winning. We had Colorado win from our conference. We had Missouri win from our conference. We had Oklahoma lose from our conference. We had Nebraska lose for our conference. So we're kind of in the middle, it seems like. Hit or miss. Houston won from our conference. And that North Texas is in our conference, and they got beat badly. So yeah, that's going to do it, folks. There you go. The college football season has come to a close. So thank you so much for joining us. We are national champions, and we will hopefully see you later tonight as we play Pokemon Arceus Legends here on Twitch. So have a good afternoon, everyone.